Welcome to your yoga practice. It is Monday, June 22nd. Made it back home safe and sound from New York City. Thank you for participating in the replays and the little mini practices over the weekend if you got to them. Let's go ahead and take a comfortable, easy seat. You might shift your weight side to side as you're settling in. So this month we've been kind of popcorning around, exploring different little themes throughout the yoga sutras and texts that are available to us. And this week we'll be exploring what's referred to as the 4 locks and keys. It's really a tool for helping us sustain equanimity. So you can keep shifting your weight side to side if you like, or you might come towards center, lowering the gaze, maybe closing the eyes, breathing deeply, and I'll just share an introduction to this concept. So the 4 locks and keys, sustaining equanimity. Perception of our true nature is often obscured by physical, mental, and emotional imbalances. These imbalances can promote restlessness, uneven breathing, worry, and loss of hope. These imbalances can be prevented from engaging by developing loyalty to a sacred practice. To preserve openness of heart and calmness of mind, nurture these attitudes, or the 4 keys. Kindness to those who are happy, compassion for those who are less fortunate, honor for those who embody noble qualities, and equanimity to those whose actions oppose your values. Slow, easeful exhalations can be used to restore and preserve balance, or engage the focus on an inspiring object, or cultivate devotion to the supreme, ever blissful light within, or receive grace from a great soul who exudes divine qualities, or reflect on a peaceful feeling from an experience, a dream, or deep sleep, or dedicate yourself to anything that elevates and embraces your hearts. For the next couple of breaths, let's really focus on our attachment, our connection to the ground beneath us. So you might bring your hands there as well. Feeling the solidity, steadiness, the source that we are connected to and rise up from. Keep that steadiness and solidity as you notice the body expanding, the breath coming in, the breath going out. Imagine your next inhale rising from the earth all the way up. As you exhale, imagine it bubbling up and over, almost like a fountain, pouring down, connecting again to earth. In-breath rises up the spine, energetically rising up. Out-breath, like a fountain, pours up and out through the crown, reconnecting you to the earth. A couple more cycles of breath like that. Continuing your fountain breath. The 4 locks and keys to preserve openness of heart and calmness of mind. We nurture the attitudes of kindness towards those who are happy, compassion towards those who are less fortunate, honor towards those who embody noble qualities, and equanimity or evenness towards those whose actions oppose your values. Let's move our hands to our knees. Keep breathing deeply, but now we'll start to move the body. Inhale, leaning forwards. Exhale, drawing that circle back. Inhale, you might push the heart forward a little. Exhale, round the spine back. Let's go nice and slow this Monday morning. Notice how your hips stay connected to the ground. Things might shift. The weight might carry more to one side and then the other. but the connection is never totally lost. Switch directions whenever you're ready. A few more breaths. Maybe you close your eyes here. Really notice, where do I feel this? What parts feel like they're opening? What parts feel like they're closing? Good. Come back through center. Let's open our legs out. So you might need to turn towards the wide edge of your mat. Just do the best you can. Stretching your legs long, hands to the ground in front of you. Walk your hands forward any amount. Some people, their bodies are just built in a way that they can naturally fold all the way forward. I think my sister maybe hasn't stretched in a decade and could still go right into a full middle splits. For me, just leaning forward ever so slightly feels like more than enough stretch on my upper inner thighs. Find something that works for your body today. And once you get there, maybe you close your eyes. Then let's all squeeze our glutes and our thighs. You might even spread the toes wide or flex the ankles. We're going to try to kind of clench and engage all of these muscles of the legs and the bottom, and then let go. And then once again, we'll squeeze, tense, clench, and let go. One more time to compare and contrast. We squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes, and let them go. Good. Now we'll settle in for about 5 full breaths. Let's move into a diaphragmatic breath, or Dirga Pranayam. As a reminder for that, you were breathing through the nose, letting the belly be soft, letting the breath float all the way down, expanding the belly and the low back, expanding the rib cage all the way around, all the way up to the top of the chest. And then let it go. A few more. I'll share our sutra again. It's Sutra 1.33. To preserve openness of heart and calmness of mind, nurture these attitudes. Kindness towards those who are happy. Compassion for those who are less fortunate. Honor for those who embody noble qualities. And equanimity or evenness towards those whose actions oppose your values. There are many different interpretations of this sutra, the 4 locks and keys. I'll share them throughout the week. For the next couple of breaths, maybe you want to sway a little bit, maybe work your way a little deeper or a little less deep into the stretches. And then we will make our way sitting upright. Your right hand to the right thigh, your left arm up overhead. Big inhale, stretch up like you're asking, or you know the answer. The teacher's asking a question, you know, pick me. Stretch a little higher, and then fold over your right leg. The right hand just sliding down the leg. Let it land wherever it lands. And now we're really stretching over to the side as if you could catch the toes. Just another breath here. And make your way upright. Switch sides, your left hand landing on the right leg, right arm reaching up. Really stretch up. I know the answer. Pick me. Reach up and then fold over. Slide the left hand down the left leg. Right hand as if it could reach the left toes. A couple of breaths here. Really stretch. Good. Come to center, and we'll go side to side a few times. It doesn't have to be the full reach of your stretch. Just fold over to your right side, come up through center, and fold over to your left side. If it feels better for you to settle in to stillness, you're welcome to do that. Just a couple breaths on each side. As we go side to side another time or two, or switch sides if you're staying slow, really notice your connection to the ground beneath you. Maybe you can feel the heels of your feet, calf muscles. Maybe you notice a little space beneath the knees, connection, the backs of the thighs. And then the hips, those sits bones pressing down into the ground, and notice, do they stay steady, or maybe one side lifts a little as you fold. Let's go once more to each side if you're flowing side to side. Wonderful. Then we'll come back to center. One more time, fingertips to the ground in front. Take a little lean forward. Then let's flex our ankles, toes pointing up towards the sky, and externally rotate. So rotate your legs, your knees and toes to point back behind you a little. Okay, we'll sit up. You can use your hands to bring your legs together. Feet on the ground. Hands to the tops of the knees or back behind the thighs. Lift up your heart. Find a point, maybe like an opposite wall where the wall and ceiling meet. Somewhere kind of up and at an angle. So we're keeping our gaze and our chin lifted. Imagine lifting your heart up to that point also. Slide the shoulders back and down. Engage your core muscles. You could stay just like this or lean back a little. Really engage the core. It might even feel like you're kind of making a turtle with the low back. My personal trainer is always like, imagine a turtle on your low back. So that's what we'll go for. Really engage the deep core. Stay there. Maybe start to float the toes off of the ground. Keep lifting the heart. So it's kind of opposing actions there. Almost like we're rounding the low back. Our core is so engaged, but we're still lifting our chest. Maybe you start to extend your legs. Keep all of that engagement. 3, 2, 1. Lower the legs down. We can cross the ankles and roll over onto hands and knees. A couple rounds of cow and cat. Inhale, drops the belly. Exhale, arches the spine. Don't forget that connection to the earth we have. Breathe as you go. And then neutral tabletop. Shift the weight into your left side. See if you can hike your right hip up so that the right knee lifts off of the ground. Core muscles engaged here. Then set your right knee down and lift up the left hip and knee. Imagine it starting at the hip. Lower it back down. Switch side to side another time or two. Mobilizing the low back and hip joints. All right, the next time we hike up our right hip, let's go ahead and stretch that right leg long. Really stretch it back. You can lower the hip again, engage the core, trying to keep the hips relatively level while the right leg really stretches back. Really stretch it back. Left hand can reach to the distance in front of you. Core super engaged here. Notice today, do I feel stable? Do I feel a little unsteady? Can I keep rooting the right hand down, stretching the right leg back? Left arm reaching forward, core super engaged in between it all. Big breath in. Exhale, hug it all into center. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, hug it in. One more time, inhale, stretch. Maybe reach arm and leg up a little. Pulse, reach up, 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 and hand and knee down. Let's lift the right hand, give that wrist a gentle shake, little flop around. Okay, then both hands on the ground, core engaged. Push the ground away through the hands. Hike up your left knee. Hike up that left hip. Super engage the core. Then stretch your left leg long. You could again drop the left hip. Really stretch the left leg back. As you feel ready, reach the right arm forward. Core very engaged. Right fingers and left toes stretching energetically opposite directions. Full breath in and out. Another inhale and exhale, hug it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract, round the spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw it in. And inhale, extend. Then let's lift the leg and arm a little higher and pulse, 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 hold, and hand and knee down. You might want to give the left wrist a little shake out, little love. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and take a pause in child's pose. So over the weekend, we had the summer solstice, the longest day of sunlight of the year. We have the summer season ahead of us. So you might think about how you would like to feel or what qualities you would like to be embodying for this next season. See if you can keep it a simple statement, maybe just a few words or one word. Think about how your yoga practice can support that. It could be a place where you simply remind yourself of your goals, where you revisit them daily or frequently. Big breath in. Let it go. From child's pose, bring the hands alongside your head on either side. Gently rock forward onto the crown of your head. Hands are pushing down, so we're not putting much weight at all on the crown of the head. We're looking for just a little bit of pressure, and we're gently rocking forward. So a little bit of stretch in the back of the neck, a little bit of pressure on the crown. Rabbit pose. Imagine pulling your shoulders back or down away from your head. Stretching your upper trapezius, one more breath. And return to child's pose, forehead towards the ground. Stretch the arms up overhead again. Rise up through tabletop, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. So we stretched out the backs of our legs a bit. See how your down dog feels today. You might shift the hips side to side, stretching into the calf muscles more. If you're really craving movement, of course, you can work in a little bit of a flow. You're welcome to inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, little cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, we'll meet back in down dog. Some of us might have stayed there the whole time. Give yourself another full breath in. Let it go. From your down dog, tiptoe or hop yourself up to the top of the mat. On an inhale, half lift, whichever way you like best. Exhale, fold back down. Note your feet's connection to the ground. Root down, push the feet down while you lift all the way up, stretching your arms up to the sky. And bring your hands to your heart, standing tall in your mountain pose. Feet on the ground. Engage the muscles of the legs. Lengthen the low back, lift the heart, soften the shoulders. We're always working with this balance of all of these efforts, all of these letting goes. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, folds down. On your inhale, half lift, feet push down, spine lifts halfway, look ahead. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Maybe back bend a little at the top. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a breath. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, folds down. Hands touch the ground, right foot steps back. Take a breath as you look ahead. Plank pose, exhaling. Inhale, top of a push-up. Exhale, lower all the way down. Your inhale, lift halfway. Your exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes, press yourself to downward facing dog. Let the head get heavy here. You might need to shake it a little bit to help break any tension patterns. You could also bend the knees and bounce the hips. A breath in stillness. See if you can do a diaphragmatic breath upside down here. Inhale to plank pose. From plank pose, lift the right toes off of the ground. Really press the right foot back. Exhale, round the spine, draw it towards your knee, towards nose. Inhale, stretch your right leg back so we're in plank pose. Exhale, draw it into your nose. One more time, press the right foot back in plank. And then step or swing the right foot to the top of the mat. Inhaling, look forward, pull the heart forward, runner's lunge. Exhale, forward fold, left foot steps up. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling, fold down. On your inhale, rise up. Feel the feet rooting down as the fingertips stretch to the sky. You could hook thumbs and find a little back bend. And then mountain pose. Take a breath here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. On your inhale, half lift. Make it count. Shoulder blades really work to squeeze together. Exhale, fold down. Left foot steps straight back. You could keep the hands grounded or just quickly pass through crescent lunge, reaching the arms up. Big stretch for the left hip flexor, abdominal muscles, chest, and then hands come back down to earth. Step yourself to plank pose. Breathing in, top of a push-up, I am strong. Breathing out, downward facing dog. A couple of breaths here. Imagine your hands could press into the ground even more. So that action then energizes our shoulders, engages the muscles around the shoulder girdle. The head and neck can still be heavy. One more breath. Inhale, plank pose. Now lift the left toes and really stretch the left foot back. You could keep the ankle flexed like we're pushing back through the left heel. Inhale. Exhale, round the spine, knee to nose. Inhale, extend your left leg, plank pose. Exhale, round it in. One more time, inhale and plank, stretch your left leg back, and then step or swing the left foot to the top of the mat. You could stay here, runner's lunge, or for a slow, full breath, stretch the arms up. And hands come back down to earth, step the back foot up, forward fold. This time let's pivot the toes out, heels in, try to sink the hips down into a squat pose. See if that works for your body today. And then you could shift your weight a little side to side. Some people might be on their toes. Some people might have their feet all the way planted. Some people might be choosing a forward fold instead. Let's stay for 2 more breaths. Hands to the ground, bring yourself to your seat, whatever it takes. When you get there, stretch your legs long in front of you. Reach your arms up and scoop the navel in, engage the core. Reach up as high as you can. Let's flex the ankles, push through the heels, and then point the toes. Flex through the ankles, pushing through the heels, and then push through the toes. One more time, we'll flex the ankles, reach a little higher, and then fold forward and down. Coming into a forward fold. Remember, we don't have to stress about keeping the legs straight. For some people, it'll feel really good to round the spine. For someone else, it might feel really nice to keep the heart lifted. See what feels best to your body. And then we'll stay for several breaths. One more time, I'll share our Yoga Sutra 1.33 for the week. To preserve openness of heart and calmness of mind, nurture these attitudes. Kindness to those who are happy. Compassion for those who are less fortunate. Honor for those who embody noble qualities. And equanimity to those whose actions oppose your values. This is a large dose of practical advice that allows us to integrate the highest spiritual values into our everyday lives. When we engage in the more formal practices, that is postures, breathing, or sitting in meditation, distractions often occur. We are affected by these distractions. However, they are more manageable when confined to our private world. Once we leave our sanctified space, the intrusions of the larger world present us with many more challenges or opportunities to practice. Here we're offered 4 priceless keys that, if used in conjunction with the correct locks, open portals that enable us to retain our inner peace in all circumstances. The greatest challenge is to remember we hold the keys to our own peace. Let's sit upright from the forward fold, sit up. Take a gentle twist to the right, so your right hand moving back behind you. Your left hand can be planted on your legs, either one. Sitting up tall, try to look back over the right shoulder. Full breath in. And let it go, face forward. Take a twist to the left. Left hand moving back behind you. Right hand grounding you on your legs. Sitting up tall, looking back. And return facing forward. Let's roll onto the spine. And let yourself rest. Notice any sensations that rise up. Create space for them to naturally transform. Maybe they dissolve, maybe they move on. We hold the keys to our own peace using tools like kindness, compassion, honor, and equanimity with all of those who we encounter. You can give yourself a stretch, give your toes a wiggle. If you'd like to close out this 30-minute practice together, let's come back to an easy seat and rub the hands together. Breathing deeply, you might be thinking thank you to yourself for showing up, for taking good care of this vessel, this body, this mind. And then bring the hands to stillness in front of the heart. On your next inhale, draw the hands apart just a little bit, an inch or so. Exhale, bring them closer together, but not quite touching. Inhale, draw the hands apart, maybe a little more. Exhale, draw them near each other, not quite touching. One more time on your own. And slowly the hands return to touch like magnets clicking together. Inhale for Om. Deep bow of gratitude. Thank you for sharing your time and your practice. I hope you have a beautiful day ahead of yourself.